There's a new report that's throwing some cold water on the enthusiasm surrounding the rush to develop a vaccine for the coronavirus. I spoke earlier with Dr. Imran Ali. Dr. Imran Ali, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yesterday, we heard from Governor Cuomo of New York. He talked about a CDC report that outlined multiple strains of the coronavirus. I want to know, what does this mean for a vaccine? Could you be immune to one strain, perhaps, and not the other?
Well, the coronavirus, the one that's circulating right now, has about 30,000 base pairs as part of its genome. And these different strains, even the most different strain that's out there, has only 11 base pairs that are different. So the strains are different, but not that different from each other. And he was talking about a West Coast strain and an East Coast strain. And these are developed because people from Europe came to the East Coast, and that's why the strain of virus was different there from the West Coast, where people came directly from China. But overall, for a vaccine, I don't think there's going to be much of a difference because the strains are not that different from each other.
And Dr. Ali, the FDA has granted emergency use authorization for Roche's new antibody test. What makes this different than other antibody tests, and how does it work?
Well, Mona, this is a game changer because this test is going to be super specific because coronaviruses are very broad. The common cold can be caused by a certain flavor of the coronavirus. But what this test does, it is specific to the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. And so we can really understand if people had antibodies to the COVID-19 causing coronavirus. Because you and I probably had a cold, and we have coronavirus antibodies floating in our blood. But this is specific to the antibodies to COVID-19. And we can run many tests in 1 hour. We can run approximately 300 in an hour and get results in as little as 18 minutes. So this could really help us.
And Dr. Ali, I know you saw the videos because we saw the videos. A lot of people violating those social distancing guidelines on Sunday from New York to Texas, and 7 more states are reopening in some capacity on Monday. Are you worried about this at all?
I really am, because we know that social distancing does work. And although we may see a transient rise in some cases, but the curve will flatten as long as we keep restrictions in place. And people have to understand, just because some of these restrictions are lightened, it doesn't mean that the pandemic is over. It just means that hospitals are a little less burdened and we can take in more patients. So it's very important that people understand that they have to be extremely careful and listen to their local and state governments on the specific guidelines that pertain to this pandemic.
And Dr. Ali, recently there was a surge in cases reported well after stay-at-home orders were put into place. We know a lot of medical professionals and essential workers are vulnerable, but who else is making up these newly infected people?
Well, as of this weekend, we have approximately 20,058 cases nationwide from nursing homes. And a lot of these nursing homes, at least in the Northeast, are being tested more broadly. So we are going to see numbers rise despite some of the restrictions in place. But this does not mean that the restrictions are not working. This is a tried and tested, proven way to prevent further exponential spread of this virus. So keep staying socially distant, but you can always connect with your loved ones through FaceTime and other ways.
Thanks to Dr. Ali. I'm glad he clarified it because a lot of people can get discouraged when they see those kind of numbers. But he said it is expected and we are on track. The president also saying he's confident we'll have a vaccine by the end of this year.